Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of PairOfSocks Lost here on Hero Club Live. We are Hero Club, and this is not the main thing that we do here. Our main thing is our podcast where we take our TTRPG sessions that we record live around the table, and we edit them down with sound effects and music into these very tight, taut little fun audio anthologies of all different genres. We got, let's name them out. We got pirates, we got space, we got Christmas 1 and 2, different varieties of Christmas. We got honestly different varieties of pirates. We got werewolves, we got teen slasher flick, we have stoner comedies, we have Quentin Tarantino send-ups. Anything Western. You want. We have Western. I don't know why I always forget one of the basic ones. I never forget like the weird ones. I forget the basic ones. If you want,
we have Secret Santa, which you'll never hear.
Oh,
people might hear that. I don't know.
People might hear snippets of it at some point. Either way, if you want to go see that, go and check out the links below or in chat right now to see our podcast. But here on Hero Club Live, we just sit around and play some good old-fashioned D&D. Without any of the editing, because that just takes too much time for me. I am your DM for the evening, Dylan McCullum, and we'll get more into what PairOfSocks Lost is in a moment. But first, let's say hello to our lovely players. Let's start with someone who's riled up by the events of the world. Jasmine, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything you may want to say to the folks out there. Oh, you are full. I can't hear you at all.
I am muted. I'm sorry. I looked and it wasn't blinking. I swear to God. And then I looked again and it was blinking. Hi, I'm Jasmine. I play Zara. She is a halfling rogue / fighter. And I riled up because I just keep going on this rabbit hole of like what is happening with the Titanic stuff, and I can't like. Titanic was one of my like things that I researched obsessively when I was a kid too. So like,
oh, okay.
It like had, okay.
No, I was just no, that wasn't a judgment. I was like, oh, okay, that also explains it. That's another thing that you didn't say before we got on.
Yeah. So I already had a fixation on it, and then this has brought it all up again, and now I'm doing a lot of research that has contributed to absolutely nothing else in my life, except for enjoyment or interest. So yeah.
Wonderful. Let's move on over to John. John, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything you may want to tell to the folks at home.
Hi, my name is John Madison. I play Tone, a arcane wizard chef, and a recent scientific discovery or theoretical discovery I've been excited about is that the expansion of the universe could be an illusion, and that they think that maybe it's not expanding, but the way we look at it might make it seem like it's expanding.
I always knew that Stephen Hawking was a fucking fraud.
Yeah,
that's an opinion that Dylan McCullum has always had.
Must be nice.
Hero Club podcast and Hero Club Twitch.
Yeah.
Must be nice for someone who can even conceive of the idea. The two versions of what you just talked about, neither of them affect me.
Well, let's introduce yourself then, Marty. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what does affect you.
Oh God. Hi, I'm Marty Abbey Schneider. I'm playing Golzog Intestine Scarf, the scaredy cat orc monk. And I'm going to share a tweet by Twitter user Hexprax, @Hexprax, that I think sums up how I'm feeling about the submarine thing. It's not that I think the submarine is funny precisely. More, it alights the mind in a novel way, which cleaves somewhat unfortunately to the neural pathways used to think about things that are funny. Yet I still maintain a somber disposition, which is most appropriate. So I don't, like, obviously I hope everybody's okay and gets brought home safe, but it is a bonkers story. And what was the question, Dylan? What gets me going?
If that's how you want to interpret it. I said what affects you, but yeah, you said enough.
What affects me? Late stage capitalism, going in one direction or the other. Go ahead.
Okay, and moving on over to Hannah. Hannah, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and whatever the hell you need to tell the folks at home.
Hey, I am Hannah. I play Marabella Graveneye, a level 5 cleric of the Grave Domain. She's cool. My fun fact today is that when Earth was first created, when it cooled down enough for it to rain, it rained for 20 million years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Think about that. Talk about seasonal depression, am I right?
That would make a great D&D world as well.
I think that's my favorite
Waterworld.
fun fact of yours.
Oh, yeah, that is
so
one.
far.
Thank you. I relearned that teaching, and
That
I
is
thought,
pretty
that's
awesome.
cool as shit.
How many years? How many years did it rain?
20 million.
20 mil.
That is very
Give
cool.
or take. Yeah, it was too hot before. We're like, we're not ready. And then it
Yeah,
cooled down, and they're
that
like,
makes sense.
now, make the thunder.
And moving on to Natasha. Natasha, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to say.
Hello. I'm playing Princess Griselda Calzini, a pallid elf druid level 5 with a pig named Ladybug. And you know what? Marty said that he's never seen my hair down, so my hair's down today. And that's it.
And I'm going to say it again next week.
Yeah.
You probably will. And I am your DM for the evening, Dylan McCullum. It's nice to see you. This is PairOfSocks Lost. This is a 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure based on the adventure book Wild Beyond the Witchlight, but we have sailed past that, baby. Some names are the same, but it's just a big mashup of a lot of things that I found interesting and wanted to put into a singular campaign. It's heavily inspired by Phantom Tollbooth, The Wizard of Oz, Peter Pan, Narnia, all of those good stories mashed into my own little Once Upon a Time TV show where I get to rewrite all that bullshit. And now it's my bullshit, and I force my friends to walk along the paths and see what they can do as they fight against Power Ranger playing cards, because it makes me so happy inside. And now, let us get into the recap, shall we, gang?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into playing.
Yeah.
Ooh, there it is. I can't do it until the music starts. My power doesn't activate. Last we left off, Princess Griselda Calzini was learning what it means to be a mermaid. At least, some of what it means to be a mermaid. When the Lady of the Lake told her that her friends were in need of help, and sent her off through a magic portal to right where her friends were, at the end of the Yellow Brick Road, fighting for their lives against walking brains. And then, once that threat seemed to be over, odd thieves came out of the darkness to attack, seemingly focusing their attacks on Zara. Then, when that threat seemed to be finished, out came the cards, hunting for whatever was at the end of the Yellow Brick Road, in the first true formation that they've ever fought one-on-one, other than the straight. A two-pair. A giant mechanical robot soldier. It was a slog, it was a drag-out fight, but at the end, Zara was able to use her tinkering tools and thieves' tools to get into the tiny gears within the construct. And it full exploded, baby. It full imploded, exploded, and all 5 cards are dead. Boop, it was sad. But no, it wasn't. They just died screaming. We come now to this moment of silence on the battlefield, with the party, after many weeks in real life, only a couple days in game time, reunited. So, gang, You look around at the wreckage now you see before you of twisted metal and burned playing card. Of these odd brains lying dead on the ground. The skeletal remains of your skeleton allies crumbled to dust. Amidst this odd little grove of tree houses and huts and crisscrossing rope bridges, you hear off in the distance some loud footsteps that one of you may know as the steps of Little Oak. But you look around, and you're all together again. What would you like to do?
I would like to look for Little Oak and the Forgotten Kids.
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Alright, hang on. That's 19.
19. There's a brief moment, Golzog, where it feels like... It's like that moment where you're walking through your apartment or house. We should be so lucky. Apartment. You're walking through your apartment. And you go into a room, and you, for a brief moment, forget why you went into that room. But then you suddenly go, yeah, kids in a tree, okay. And you are able to remember and keep that memory within you. Now make a perception check.
$22.
22. You can see, as you're looking out, because you're flying above the trees line a little bit, right? You're still airborne.
No, I was down, but I can get back up there
Either
real
way,
quick.
You're able to, with a 22, you're able to see kind of a single large treetop kind of moving, looking like it's kind of trying to hide a little bit. It's a little ways away. It's not like right there. It's not like you could talk to it like easily. But you can see that there is just a treetop that's moving ever so slightly sometimes. And you're able to keep eyes on them.
Okay. Oh my god! Guys! Do you all remember all the kids?
Oh,
The forgotten children. We've been forgetting them every time we've been seeing them, but coming back and fighting the monsters with me, did you, you remember?
Would that be a check, Dylan?
Yeah, everyone make a wisdom saving throw. Everyone.
including me?
Yeah, you too.
18.
Ooh, 26.
Wow, 26.
Petbridge Farm, remember?
And what'd you get, John?
Nat 20.
Christ. Yeah. You all, in this brief moment where Golzog's like, you remember those kids? Remember those kids? You look around and you start to see toys on the ground. You start to see wooden bowls and plates and armor that looks kind of like yours, Tone. And all of a sudden, all of you at once are flooded with this mental imagery of just every moment that you were with these kids. Zara, these kids circling around you and you just being absolutely like, get away. And they wouldn't. You just see, Tone, you see yourself in deep conversations with this like spunky little girl with red tufts of hair. And you know her name to be Wilhelmina. Goes by Will. You all remember this very subdued child with a teddy bear named Michael. You remember Star, the Displacer Beast cub. And it all comes flooding back to you. These memories that are like waking up from a dream, but all at once. None of you take any damage because you all rolled so well, and that nat 20. And as that kind of happens, you see Little Oak getting closer. Not there yet. You're still kind of alone with your group for the moment, but you all know that you have never been here necessarily, but in the moments between rests and within hither, you all remember how hard it was for you to keep track of time because the sun never set and never rose. And you start to realize that you have all been in the Feywild for longer than you think you have.
Is there approximate, like, can we comprehend how long we spent with these kids?
With your nat 20 tone, everyone else like has like an idea that like every so often the kids would come and you'd talk to them for about a couple of hours, and then you'd turn away and you'd forget about them. And then somehow they were spirited away and you couldn't find them again, but also you didn't know what you were looking for. Tone, you know, because you were here the longest, that you were with this group of kids for a year. Before you ended up at Mama Yaga's place. You're starting to like realize the days you were there for a year before the group came and got you. And you can see things now that you yourself made. Like little cookware and like a bench for food prep, and you remember where food fight came from, that spell you once cast. All here. This is where you learned to imagine.
Is Little Oak in front of me?
Little Oak is coming. This is kind of like a Little Oak is trying to figure out if it's okay. You just see this tree occasionally looking around.
Golzog's gonna wave down the tree.
What's the tree's name again?
Little Oak.
Little Oak.
Oh, yeah.
Little Oak. Little Oak, kind of comes running, but as Little Oak comes running, you see, these little kids kind of streaming down, these ropes swinging, and, see Wilhelmina kind of running up forward and goes, "Tone, you son of a biscuit!" Offers a big hand right for you.
I just clasp Wilhelmina's like the beginning of Predator or something.
Yeah. And
Except
like,
not problematic.
do you remember? Hey,
Is Predator problematic? Oh, I mean,
Not
yeah,
really.
sure.
I don't know. Probably not.
I guess a lot.
Do you remember?
Yes. It's all coming back. Wait, where's everyone else? Have you been eating? Who's been cooking for you? Are you hungry?
Oh yeah! Hey, everyone! And you see like all these kids running up, and they're like, "Oh, Griselda, Ladybug!" Like there are these two kids that come up, that you know in your heart is named Piper and Lasher. Come running up to you. Zara, you see... Make an insight check, Zara.
$17.
17. You see there are kids that you recognize, but even you know them. You don't like actually commit a lot of kids to memory, but you do see Thicket trying really hard not to look at you.
Oh,
And with that 17, I don't know if he's like mad at me or anything.
With the 17, you can see that Thicket will like occasionally look at you, smile, and then be like, "Ugh," and then like go into like a really hard stare off into the middle distance. But then will like occasionally the eye will just like creep towards you. and then looking clearly Thicket wants you to be looking at him, not looking at you. That's what you glean from Thicket at this moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw what do I have in my inventory? I have like a small tinder box. I'm gonna like kind of like look at him and like toss it his way.
Okay. Catches it without looking. Thicket just goes, "Oh, is that you, Zara?"
Yeah, is that you, Thicket?
Respect.
I just nod.
Thicket just like turns, almost goes for a hug, and he goes, "Here's your box," or whatever. Throws it like at
Okay.
your feet, or if you want to try to catch it.
I'm gonna try to catch it.
Yeah, roll.
What would that be?
Yeah,
Acrobatics?
sleight of hand or acrobatics, either one. It doesn't matter.
15?
15. Yeah, you instantly grab it out. He like clearly like softballed it, and you just easily catch it. Thicket just goes, "Oh, did you catch that?" Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even see.
Cool.
You see, Star goes running up specifically to Marabella, along with Copper and Snowdrop. Copper, by the way, Copper is like, the little tiefling child, and Snowdrop is a tiny centaur.
Cute. Star, Copper, Snowdrop, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
nailed it. I know I'm doing a
It's
lot
like,
of
oh my
things
gosh,
with you.
was it cough drop?
Yeah, no, it was cough drop, and they hate you now.
Ricola, cough drop, and
Star goes
Balls.
around like is like purring it and is like jumping up and down. It's like, "It's so good to see you. You all actually remember us this time? Like for real, for real?"
for real. I take I remember everything, including the time that you locked his toy up in Little Oak and he couldn't find it for a while.
What? I tried to. And you're just like, "What? What'd you do? What did you do?"
Oh, he hasn't found it?
That was supposed to be a secret. Come on,
Oh,
what
I'm
are
so
you doing?
sorry. Clearly, not everything, because I forgot I shouldn't have mentioned that.
And you just see Snowdrop like trot offs angrily.
I was only joking, Snowdrop. Oh no, I don't want to make the centaur mad. I want to be his friend forever. I was only kidding, Snowdrop.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Just want to make sure that that's a +0. Yes. 11.
11. Snowdrop just walks away, still walks away, and Copper just goes, "It's okay. Remember, Snowdrop gets like this. That's just exactly how it's gonna be."
That's right.
But,
I'll come around later.
it's good to see you again, Marabella.
Yes, Copper, how have you been?
I've been good. You still dealing with dead things?
Did you see all the skeletons I brought up?
No. Damn it!
You missed it. Oh, it's
Well,
really
we were kind of running for our lives, because the brains were coming, and the little oak got us out of here, so we couldn't watch, which is a real bummer. But next time we're in like a really bad situation, I'm gonna sneak up and I'm gonna try to see it.
Okay, perfect. I'll show you. It's really cool. I think you'd like it. And they're not like as gross as the mind ones that come up. I think they're kind of nicer looking, but I'm also a bit biased because I made them.
Well, that means that you all were so worried about being powerful, but now you have army of skeletons. Whoa!
I know, right?
That's crazy. I don't want to die. Okay. Bye.
You don't have to be afraid of death. Oh, Copperstone.
Okay. In this like jovial moment, with a nat 20, that's crazy, John. Especially from you, that's crazy. You're the exact one person that a nat 20 is wild for. A nat 20, John. You start to remember. You start to remember things that you figured out while you were here last. When you got there, Thicket obviously wasn't there yet, and you came there, and these kids were constantly beset every once in a while, every so often, would be set upon by these brains, or these corpses kind of puppeted by these brains. And you think, you remember in those moments that you and Wilhelmina, who's been kind of like their leader, went searching for reasons. Why would this happen? And you remember realizing that these brains were attracted to bright ideas. You also remember that attacks wouldn't be every single day. It would just be every so often. Seems like they would have to recharge, or something would have to happen. You know, you were here for a year. You remember that this was not always... It wasn't always safe, but you kept moving, and it was harder for them to find you. But there was one crucial moment where you decided to look into the information about this villain, this enemy. And so you lured it to yourself. You had a bright idea and you lured it to yourself. And you realized that this villain somehow is feeding off of the memories of these kids.
Can I assume that these intellect devourers are going to keep coming back?
They always did, but like I said, it was you were able to tamp it down with the idea of don't have any bright ideas, but also they would never come back twice in one day. It was like every few days they would be able to come back.
Because I wonder, because I'm remembering those notes that I wrote for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And is it possible that these brains are growing in the thought patch and then keep coming back? So is that where they're originating?
Yes. You would be able to put that together, of being like, yeah, the thought patch, something's there. It was hard to know where it was. You weren't able to figure out where it was, and that's why you lured it to you. You lured them to you. But yeah, that nat 20 is crazy. So that's stuff that, like, as you're just kind of sitting there, seeing all these happy, smiling faces, and clearly remembering them for a moment, these thoughts are churning up inside you as you sit with all of your allies.
Are we all sitting together in a circle or like around a fire right now, or like where are we? Are we still catching up with each other?
I'd say that the kids start going back about their like normal daily routine. They kind of, Little Oak settles into like the middle of the area, almost like sitting down. the main treehouse on Little Oak, kind of as their home base, and around it you can see kind of a dining area, like a long table is set up, and you all have a moment if you wish to sit down and just kind of talk about what the hell's going on.
Yeah, because I haven't seen Griselda or Golzog also in a while.
Yeah,
and I want to know about Mermaid School.
It's been it's been like 4 days since you saw Griselda, and like a day and a half since you saw Golzog.
I know, having having fulfilled the initial instinct of like, are all the kids okay? The next thought in my head is like, oh my god, all my friends, like especially Griselda, who's been missing for like 4 days. It's like, oh my god, like what? Where have you been? How was mermaid training? What happened?
It was really fun. I can't even tell you how happy I am right now. But I what's up with you guys? Why are there skeletons? Why
can't you tell us how happy you are?
Yeah, for what, did you learn anything?
Did someone command you to not tell us?
It's the way people talk, Golzog, okay? I can't tell you how happy I am, but I am so happy right now, and I honestly wish I could be blowing bubbles now, but I can. So that's something I learned.
Okay, but you can like breathe underwater? Because
yeah, I can breathe underwater, and I can.
You may not know this about me. I'm terrified of drowning. It's one of my main fears.
Oh, well, I can't drown, so.
I love that for you. Ladybug? Can Ladybug drown?
Can Ladybug drown? No.
No, definitely not, right?
Ladybug can't drown.
She can't drown either.
Golzog, is she on the ground next to Griselda?
No, she's in my arms.
All right.
It's up to
Golzog looks at Ladybug and says, I missed you so much.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, God.
With advantage, you're canonically one of the favorites.
21.
21.
Whoa.
Griselda, you get back the feeling that Ladybug to you just goes, oink. You are able to feel the feeling, the vibe off of Ladybug, that they are begrudgingly happy to see Golzog. The only thing that's pissing them off is that they weren't addressed first and you were, and they're jealous of that. You can get that vibe where it's kind of like oh, it's nice that you finally talked to me after talking to her.
I do, or Griselda gets the vibe?
Griselda gets all this because of her ability as a druid. Specifically, like the shepherd druid gets to just get vibes from animals.
Okay.
You just get the feeling that Ladybug is happy to see you.
Oh, great.
Well, I'm gonna give her off to him and say, you should have your time.
Thank you. Golzog cherishes this moment.
Oink, oink.
So, did anyone else learn anything cool?
Well, first.
Oh, we had a crazy fight with other cards before this one.
Well, and I learned about all these kids, and then remembered them, and then we all remembered them.
There's all these cards, and there's this war going on between them and the Kingdom of Glass, and they turn into cyborg machines, and they get really strong when they are like a pair or a flush or a straight. We just fought a straight, but it's also just good to see you.
Oh, and we met the people from the Sky place.
What?
Right.
We
Right.
did? That's me out of
Yes.
character asking.
We met the army from the Skyland.
The tiny tin man, the tiny tin soldier,
That's right.
and the absolute unit of.
Is this while I was gone?
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Of a
So you could
centaur.
ask it in character, yeah.
Please do tell. What are you talking about?
Wait, Tin Man.
Well, he was
You
a
don't think that's
little
what TM
tin.
stands for, is it?
Hmm?
There's no way that's what TM stands. No, it's got to be
No,
trademark.
those are just two words we put
I think
together.
it's still trademark.
It's trademark. Yeah, you're right.
It's
Sorry,
trademark.
question.
That's the only thing it could be.
Can I roll
Otherwise,
to
it would
see
be
if it could be
TM.
Tin Man?
Sure. Roll.
I don't know if that's-
roll a. I mean, not really. You can't roll for that.
It doesn't feel like a.
That's just a. If you think it, you can think that.
It sounds like you met a Tin Man, and TM, from my best understanding of human runes, is that it stands for Tin Man.
No, but
So-
I think like we're just giving the name Tin Man to this person that was ensconced in tin, but like that's just a name we gave it. I don't know that
Mhm.
they'd actually call themselves Tin Man.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, like,
He's a little tin soldier.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
just what we're
yes.
calling it. He didn't introduce himself as hi, I'm the Tin Man.
my
And he didn't have
great
the TM.
Yeah.
stuff
my
on it.
great
This is
great
just
great
another
great
man.
grandfather didn't actually wear intestines as a scarf. He accidentally got some intestines wrapped around his throat during a battle, and they named him Intestine Scarf. Like, I think it's safe to assume it's
Yeah,
the
but I
same
don't-
thing here with Tin Man.
I don't think these guys are like of the same, naming tradition.
Hmm.
Well, you see stuff
Don't
and
know
then you
if it's
name
safe
it.
to
How,
assume
what's the other?
No, because
Okay,
he
agree
didn't
to
have a
disagree.
TM on it.
I think it's
But, yeah, we-
trademark.
It could
What
be
is
two
trademark
mice.
laws here?
Could be
It
two
could
mice.
be two mice. Or terrific malevolence.
Or Tyrannosaurus man.
So, did you find your stuff yet?
No.
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 Oh, I actually have some bad news, guys. Remember how I thought I had found my nerve and would get sucked off any second?
Right.
I-
You're getting sucked off.
I had I guess a dream, like a talk with the other Golzog, and I don't think I found my stuff yet. So no.
Why?
Kind of sounds like post, not clarity. Oh.
Jesus.
Apparently,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know where to do that.
apparently there's like a difference between ignoring your fear and continuing on versus like having mastery over it was sort of the general energy of the conversation. And well, if this last fight was any indication, I was scared shitless. So yeah, I got a ways to go too. Still.
Hey, Star.
Star kind of just was like, yeah.
Do you know where we can find all of our lost stuff that we came here for?
That was kind of my mom's whole deal. Well, you sometimes ask about it, but some of you don't ask about it, and some of you don't seem. Do you even know what you're looking for yet?
I do.
Okay. I wouldn't know exactly where to start. Last I remember, Griselda sometimes talks about a rainbow, but where no color is, and that's what?
I haven't talked about that to no one. Can I try to remember when I've told them about it?
You told the kids about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've also talked about it.
Really?
Yeah, you have.
I thought I told Golzog, but like, okay, fine. I told everyone.
No, you didn't tell. You didn't have to tell everyone, but make an intelligence make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom saving throw.
Mhm.
13.
13. You're able to kind of like vaguely recall just in one of the conversations with like the kids, just asking them if they knew about a place with no color.
Okay.
And a rainbow. And they, as like you're kind of remembering this, you hear Star go, but we always say that the place of no color is in Yon, so that's probably not here.
Oh. So like all of our stuff is in the colorless rainbow land place?
I don't know. That's all that we know about. And sometimes Golzog would ask us about Proudmane, and we would tell about Proudmane.
Oh yeah, could you tell me one more time about Proudmane, and I promise to remember this time?
You say that
We should
every time.
write it down.
But have I ever remembered you before?
Not like this. That's a good point. And Star just starts like making biscuits in the ground. So I think that you would say, hey, do you all know Proudmane? And some of us would go, yeah, we know Proudmane. And you go, well, what? Well, Proudmane's very important to me. And we would go, yeah, Proudmane, distills liquid courage.
Okay.
And is very cruel.
Oh, I don't like that. A unicorn on a carousel told me I might like to meet him, but
Yeah, we know.
I generally don't love meeting cruel people. I mean, there's a guy in our clan named Hogmag the Cruel who he's okay, but he's cruel like for the clan, so I wouldn't want to be like his enemy, I guess.
Hey, Dylan?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No. You're saying...
Star. We probably have talked about this before, but where's Yon?
Well, Yon's just another place like thither and hither. You just got to go through the mist, but if you don't have a passport to go to Yon, you can't get there. And Yon's bad.
Why is it bad?
Well, there's no color. And every time you go there, you feel sad. And everything's just kind of mean there.
So you've been?
Yeah. We kind of don't have control over where we go sometimes.
Like Little Oak decides to go there, or like he doesn't have control either?
Tone, you remember that you kind of realized this, that because they weren't anchored anywhere and they were constantly forgotten, sometimes they would just you would just be walking and be in a completely different area of the world, and they had none of them chose it at all. It just happened to them. It's kind of why all of their stuff is like ramshackle and put together with different parts, and is because they never know when it's gonna they're gonna leave.
But now they are anchored here, right?
That is something that Nib did kind of mention, having an anchor. Yeah.
Well, I would like to go to Yon.
Okay.
I wouldn't. That sounds terrible.
I've been doing a lot of self-reflection while becoming a mermaid, and I decided that I need to know even more about myself. And this involves Yon. And if Yon is mean and sad, then so be it.
I'd like to help you go to Yon, but I'm a little worried about these kids, and we can remember them now, but there's a chance we forget them, and these monsters are going to come back, and they may not have a place to go. So don't we have kind of a responsibility to help them and protect them before we go off somewhere else?
Yeah, they told me that writing a note to yourself and keeping the note, we've tried before and it hasn't worked. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe we could, like, tattoo ourselves or something. There are some guys in my clan who tattoo themselves to remember great victories. It could work.
Why doesn't writing it down work?
Like, apparently, what happens is, like, you write it on a note, you put the note, like, in your fist or in your pocket, and then the second you look away or you go somewhere, the note just kind of is gone. That was it, right, Dill, or did I make that up?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
I have a box that keeps memories. I don't know if it'll work here.
we could try that.
Not a bad idea. Less extreme than tattooing.
Hey, Willie, have we tried that before?
Oh, the box? Yeah. It's so from what Tone told me a couple of times, basically what's going on is it feels like something is sucking up the memories of us magically.
So they're not, even though we've put memories in the box before, they're not in the box anymore.
Well, I just know that you've never come back and tried it, but so I don't know. You put it in the box, but you've never come back because of the box. I think what's happening is we've never known because you put it in the box, but we didn't account for the fact that you may never remember to open it.
I see.
Can you check the box now?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the box to see if there's anything in there.
Yeah, you check the box?
Yeah.
You see a silver strand of memory just sitting in there.
Wow. All right.
How do we know whose it is?
Can I check?
Yeah, make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, that's not gonna go well. 6.
6. You just kind of like hold it up to the light, and these like thought strands, they're like these like, think of them like a film reel, like a little kind of like magical film reel in a box, like kind of like glowing, and you kind of like look at it, and you're trying to like see like the images on it, like you're holding it up to the light trying to see, and you're like
Does anyone else want to maybe check on this? Because I don't know.
Sure. Golzog grabs it. Arcana, you said?
Yeah.
Also 6.
Dang.
Could I take a look?
I would love that, yeah. Then Golzog hands that to Tom.
Okay. Rolling Arcana in the app. $24.
Yeah. So instantly you're able to kind of, you look into it, shake it a little bit, and suddenly it's almost like it's being re-entered into your mind. But the thing is, it's not your memory. It's not your thought. So it's very odd. It's like kind of incongruous, but you're able to get it. And you just see the thought of Zara going, okay, remember, kids in a forest need our help. And we keep forgetting them. Remember to open the box this time. That works probably, right? And you just see Golda go, yeah. Sounds great.
That's the
Okay.
whole memory.
Yeah, that's the whole memory.
All right, I mean, it's a memory of you saying to remember this, that the kids in the forest lost and to come help them.
All right. Well, that was. All right. I hold the box out to put the memory back in.
Here.
I mean, I think maybe at this point the solution is to just go after the creatures that are sucking up the memories of them. Maybe.
Do we know why they're sucking up the memories in the first place? Like, why are they after them? Why do they come back when there's a good idea or a bright idea or something?
Maybe they're like feeding off their youth. I
Why are
don't
they
know.
tracking these? And why are they tracking these kids particularly?
Can I make any kind of check to see if, like, maybe a history check of like anything we might have heard or something that might pertain to these boys being not remembered and these creatures?
Sure. Make a
Okay.
make a history check to see if you've come across this at all.
I dropped that dice, so ooh, 12.
12. With a 12, you don't recall anything exactly like this coming up. You do know that the one thing that you get with a 12 is that you were told that there was a very specific rule about Prismare. And it's that children couldn't be harmed. And so so that is the one thing that kind of gets into your brain of, well, what does this count as? That's all you can really get into when it comes to like children in general.
Hey, Willie,
Yeah.
did I leave anything with you when I left? When I was here for a year and studying these things, did I leave anything with you before I headed off?
Well, I mean, yeah. There's your notes.
My notes?
Yeah. We kept some of them here because we didn't know if you would we didn't know, like, right, if it was going to be gone. So it figured it was better to be with us than with you in case you left again. Also, there's a couple recipes in there. And yeah. I can go get it if you want.
Please, could I see them?
Yeah, of course.
That would be great.
Right. I'll go get your like weird cookbook or whatever. And Wilhelmina like goes like climbing up Little Oak's treehouse, and Little Oak's also like, oh, watch it.
While Wilhelmina's gone, I just relay everything
Mhm.
about that I've learned, everything I remembered, everything about the thought patch that I wrote down, or just the word thought patch,
Mhm.
and possibly that these brains might be nearby. Or maybe they're not nearby, but I don't know if we could track them somehow.
And this is with advantage. Make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Thank God. 15.
15. There's something else that you're missing. That there's a lot of memories are flooding in, but there's just this one. There's something about. There's this idea that has been kicking around in your head. You know a spell that gets memories out and certain things out of people. You've seen it just now in the box. You have a feeling that's a key to something that you unlocked, but you don't know exactly what it is.
Can I ask Star something?
Yeah.
Do you want us to protect you?
Well, yeah. That's what we keep hoping, that we keep trying to find anyone who will remember us. And we lose more and more of us every few days or years.
Oh yeah, that's another thing they told me about, is if they get completely forgotten, they just sort of fade away and stop existing.
Have we ever brought you to Mama Yaga's house?
No. But we've heard things about how Mama Yaga won't interfere with certain things.
Like maybe she won't take you in?
Yeah. Also, we heard some pretty scary stories about Mama Yaga in the past. And we just didn't know. But also, we don't really have control over where we go.
Did you tell us those stories too?
I'm sure Copper talked about it a lot.
All right, Copper?
You see, Copper, is like, there's like a bunch of test dummies, and he's like using a bow and arrow on them a lot. He goes, "Oh yeah? What's up?"
Did you, already tell us about Mama Yaga? Some scary stuff you might have heard about her?
Oh, probably, but I'll tell anybody those things.
All right, let's hear it, bud.
Okay, so this is just stuff that I remember my dad used to tell me, and before I haven't seen him in forever. So, what happened was, apparently back in the days, way before, this would be better if it was like at night and around the campfire, though. Do you want me to do it now, or do you want me to do it with some panache?
Let's do it like now, and then if we stay the night, you can do it again with panache.
Okay, Golthog. I just think it's gonna lose a lot of the impact, and it's very special because the fact that you guys forget how I tell it, everyone here gets a little annoyed with me retelling stories, but you guys all forgot that I told it, so I've been perfecting the story pretty good. So if this is what you want, sure.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you how it is later compared to right now.
Basically, I don't know everything. Like I said, these are things that my dad would tell me. Mama Yaga used to be real scary person. Real scary. Mama Yaga used to terrorize the Feywild. Have the minions and people doing worship to Mama Yaga. And Mama Yaga was an evil crone witch and would just take children all the time. Maybe to eat, who knows? But what was special about Prismere was that Prismere is when Mama Yaga apparently got nicer. But that doesn't mean that everyone always trusted Mama Yaga. Just because you're nice to some people doesn't mean you're nice to all people. Basically, Mama Yaga had a daughter for the first time. That she adopted, and the daughter was the ruler of Prismere, and Mama Yaga loved her. And the way that it goes is that Mama Yaga I forgot how it goes. I would remember way better if I had all my props.
Was the daughter named Zabilna?
Yeah, but everybody knows that.
Okay, cool.
You're doing great. Keep going with the story.
Wait, what if me and Ladybug acted out for you while you're saying the story? Will that help?
Like interpretive dance?
Yeah.
Sure. That could be
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Just
So
don't
okay.
just hey, just and this is what's saying, just don't steal my spotlight.
So
Just
she like
don't-
backed up a little
just
bit.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. Okay. Roll a performance check for me.
Okay. Let's freaking go. Oh. A 2.
Great. You wanted a low roll.
Okay, good.
You effectively do not steal his thunder in any way.
Good.
So you are like bad improv mirroring in like a bad 101 improv
With
class.
Ladybug?
Like you were like trying so hard to mirror this kid's like words and like mirroring with and like trying to like get it, and you are like so far behind, and you were like you're not committing to any one thing. Also, because he's so all over the place, you're like you start to do one thing and then like he goes somewhere else and you're like stuck doing something that doesn't make any sense anymore. It's not it's not a great performance, sadly. You're aware it's not great.
Great.
But you keep
Great.
going.
Great.
So basically that Mama Yaga would once everything went bad, Mama Yaga got so upset and angry and wanted to hurt people and wanted to hurt these kids. But Zabilna had that rule. You can't hurt children. So Mama Yaga wanted to make sure that her daughter was safe. And so apparently used up all her magical powers that she had left in the tank to make sure that her daughter was sleeping and that her daughter wasn't gonna die too. But some say that Mama Yaga is just biding her time until all of the children that wronged her daughter grow up until they're not kids, so that she can kill them. But of course,
Whoa.
that's been a long time, and there's a reason that Old Dottie is named Old Dottie, and the Queen of Glass isn't exactly a spring chicken.
Oh.
Remind me, Dylan, out of character, who's old Dottie?
You were told 3 rulers of each of this. You were told a ruler
sure.
of each of the separate areas: Old Dottie, the youth, the Queen of Glass.
Gotcha.
Dang.
But again, that's just what my dad said to me.
That was a great performance.
Yes, that was terrific.
Griselda takes a bow behind.
That was great.
But that's why I don't know about any trusting. I don't know about trusting Mama Yaga.
This is my new favorite character.
I do like him. All right. So if your dad knows about these, like this story and stuff, are you from the Feywild? Like you and your dad?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I was born here. My dad was from the Hells, but hated it there and said he wanted to set up shop here in the Feywild, and then got sucked into Prismere, and then I haven't seen him in a long time.
Okay.
What's your dad's name?
Oh no.
What were we talking about again?
Oh no.
Your dad's name?
Your dad's name?
Oh, my dad's name.
Can I roll a check to see if he's told us before?
Yeah, sure. Make a wisdom saving throw.
17?
You start to remember that whenever it's almost like a weird other way where whenever you ask them about their people they love, they remember a lot, but then when you get to like specific details, they start to get into this weird loop.
Dang.
Oh man.
You know, it's okay. Like I'm sure you called your mom and dad, so why would you know their names? I'm just trying to like make them feel better.
What we're talking about my dad?
No.
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 I turned to the group. Yeah, I think we got to deal with whatever's messing up all our minds and the memories and stuff, because clearly it's affecting them in some way too.
Do I have an idea of who may know the most out of all these kids?
Instantly, you know two things. You know Wilhelmina is the leader, and you know that the one who's been here the longest is Michael.
Michael?
A little blonde human child.
Can I go talk to Michael? Or can I invite Michael over here?
Sure, yeah, and like as you're going about your day, like everyone in this kind of, think of it like a ropes course at a camp. That is kind of the idea of like
Cool.
what this place looks like and feels like.
But like on an ent.
Yeah,
Right?
well, it's
Yeah.
on an end, but then there's also places that they've made around the actual site.
Yeah, like he
so-
takes it off himself and then they
Yeah.
have it set up. I got
and
you.
then like so there are like zip lines going around and people are walking on like ropes really fast and like doing training. You see some kids like doing like finger paints, some are like face painting on themselves. Just like some of them are seeming to be having a really good time. But you see kind of almost like an old man looking out at sea. You see Michael, this little young boy, blonde hair, holding this teddy bear, always kind of off on his own, looking out at the rest. In this kind of like solitary little hut that he has for himself.
Hey, Michael.
Oh, hello.
We're so happy that we can remember all of you, and we want to help keep you all safe. And I know you've been here the longest.
Yeah.
So, do you know how we can track one of these creatures, or do you know maybe how or when it started?
Make a persuasion check.
All right. 1 second. Uh, 16.
16. No. Michael just looks at you. Well, I don't know how to find it. But children have been lost in these woods since before I even came here. And to be honest, I don't like talking about it much, but Apparently someone out there still remembers me.
You don't have...
Sometimes I get a little sad because if they do remember me, they must miss me. It's been quite a while.
You don't have to talk about it, but... And you can say no. You can absolutely say no. Would you be open to me looking through your memories and your thoughts?
What spell do you have for that?
I want to use Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
But I don't want to do it without consent.
Right. Can you do that?
I can't. You don't have to talk about it.
You couldn't do that before.
A lot of my memories have come back, and I've also learned things along the way, and I've reunited with a lot of my friends.
Okay. Okay, sure. Okay.
Okay. It's not gonna hurt at all.
It always hurts. I'm sorry for what you're going to see.
Afterwards, we'll make dinner and I'll make you a great soup or something.
All right.
Okay. So I would like to, as kindly and as not invasive as possible, cast Detect Thoughts on Michael.
And you can feel Michael willingly give in as you delve deeper. What is the specific thing that you're looking for first in Michael's memory?
I'd like to find out if there were any conversations about where the thought patch might be, or where these creatures might be originated from, because I think we all know how they get there. And I know that these creatures are able to find them even as they change locations, but I'd like to try to delve in either to maybe when they first started coming, the proximate location, maybe where they were at.
Are you talking about intellect devourers? Like that's what we think is
yeah.
doing this?
Like,
okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out the location of these intellect devourers, because clearly they're going to keep coming back unless we find them.
You delve in, and you see flashes of laughter and flying through the stars. And then you see Michael with a lot of other children, just in the woods. Bones, like the same kind of little twig armor. A taller human kid with giant mohawk of red hair. You see them all talking. You see him talking to a boy who's about as young, clad in green. Well, Michael, I didn't tell you you didn't have to come back for me. Why are you here? Well, I wanted to see you. I wanted to have fun. Look, Michael, things are different now. Things are so different. There are tons of people around and other people's wants and needs, and it's not the land that you once were here for. Are you sure you want to be here? You may not be able to get back. But I thought that we always knew the way home. You said that. You told us the way home. Can't we just get on the ship? When I'm ready to go. Michael, I need you to leave soon. I'm about to have an argument. Not the first, but I don't want to get any older. I want to stay here. And there's someone even worse than Hook in charge now. No! That can't be. What happened? It's all right. I'm gonna deal with it. A little fairy kind of flies up. You see, like, no, I'm going to. I don't know why everyone keeps trying to tell me what to do. I'm going to make this place better and good. And we're never gonna grow old. And everyone here's going to be safe and sound. You kind of flash forward a little bit more, and you see all of these children looking sad and sullen. And you hear crows in the background. And you just hear... You just see through Michael's eyes them coming across just a patch of farmland. And a scarecrow in the lone field. And then just the words, "If I only had a brain."
Wait, can I probe any deeper and see if there are any major landmarks around that farmland?
Make a perception check.
The floating island.
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Fuck. Okay. Not 8.
8. As you're delving deeper, you don't see any more visions of this being. You then start to see, you just kind of were looking for when did it start. And it's clear that it started sometime before Zybilna. It started right basically after Zybilna was put to stasis, into sleep. You're trying to find some kind of landmarks of where this thing is. Make an insight check for me, though.
17.
17. you think about how these things get around and how they always seem to find the kids and how the kids move all over the place. And it's possible that it moves too.
Okay. Can I use Encode Thoughts to take this long
You can.
ribbon out?
You can. Because Encode Thoughts is a really cool spell.
I'll do that. I will do that, and then I'll hold it for a second, and then I'll take a kneel again in front of Michael and say, that was really good, Michael. Thank you so much. This was extremely helpful. You did really, really good.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Well, I just can't help but thinking, if my friend is the one who keeps remembering me, maybe he's still there somewhere.
Where?
Back home, or his home, and hither. Anyway, I hope that helps.
Do you want to stay here or come back with the group?
I think I'll stay here for a little bit.
Okay. And then I'll leave him alone and then head back to the group. And then I'll tell everything I learned to the group, and then I'll go, and then I'll carefully take the strand and do you still have that box out, Zara?
I can pull it out again if you want.
Zara, could I put this in your thought box?
Oh, yeah, I don't see why not. And then I take the box out.
Put it in there. I have another idea, but I think I'll wait on it for now.
I think in that moment, as you put this odd, fragmented memory of Michael's interesting history, we'll go to break for a little bit. Get some water, get some food. We'll be back in like 5 to 8 minutes, and we will continue this cheery tale. All right, moving on. We'll see you soon. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome. John just regaled us with a bunch of crazy stories, and now we are not in the same mood that we left you all in at all. I don't know. I'm like,
Apple Store story.
I'm like, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm going to end here, go on break. I'm going to leave the audience with that sad scene about Michael, thinking about all this past shit. And oh, was that a reveal about the scarecrow? Ooh, who knows? And now we're like, I am fucking in a different place than you are. So sorry about that, everyone.
Sorry.
But let's try to get back there, shall we? Remember, kids, very sad. Kids, very sad. Kids, very sad.
Drop in.
So, Tone, you come back, you relay all of that information to the group. You all hear that information. You all hear what he has seen, specifically, and heard. What would you like to do? Or does anyone want to do anything in the moments before, while Tone was doing that? Did anyone have something they wanted to do? Just before we get to this moment. If not, we can just move on.
Golzog pet Star. But other than that,
Okay.
Just can't stop thinking about the Genius Bar.
Pet Star?
Pet's Star. The
Baby Displacer Beast.
yeah. Star just goes like, I think in the moment, Star would just go, I think that you might want to go to Yon, though, Golzog.
That's what I'm saying.
What? Et tu, Star? What are you talking about?
Well, that's where the Proud Main Factory is.
Oh, man.
It's like
you
really
make
confused.
You make a good point. Is there like anything I need to know or have in order to get to go there? The Proud Main Factory. I mean,
a spine?
Oh,
like actually, like the bones or
Star jumps up and down and goes, I knew he was gonna take it literal. I knew it. Bamps out of existence and then like appears somewhere else. I knew it. Bamps again, appears.
Man, Star just got you.
Oh,
And then it's in this moment, as Star is laughing about getting Golzog so good, that Tone walks in and relays a very sad story to you all.
Do you think it could be possible for a can a displacer beast track the same way a dog could?
I don't know. Hey, Star, are you good at smelling?
Kinda.
Well, do you think you could find something if we gave you something to smell?
I'm not that good at it, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I could really do that.
Yeah, like, what are you getting at, Tone?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could maybe some of these intellect devourers have some kind of smell that could be tracked back to its bless you.
Sorry.
Track back to its to where it grew, the thought patch. Although, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Maybe other beings in this land we're in now already, maybe they have some idea of where this where we could find this place, like TM. I don't know.
Well, while you were talking to Michael, Star did tell me that, I don't know if this is where you'd want to go, but, that the Proud Main factory is also in Yon. So there's that too. What did you find out? Is that, like, what are you trying to look for?
I tell them everything I found out.
Yeah, I said that you already had told.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, you already.
No, you're fine. Just I don't want to leave, and then these things keep coming back and fighting them, especially since they may be anchored here.
I'm just kind of confused about what we're supposed to do. We've got Yon, we've got the big place in the sky, we've got a war going on here, then we have this going back, and we have to find our stuff. I just don't know what.
I think we have to vote or make a choice.
You choose. I don't know and I don't care.
Oh.
I vote help the kids.
I think, I mean, I feel like they've been really helpful for us, and if we forget them again, maybe that'll be not the most helpful thing.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's a good feeling to be forgotten, especially for a little kid. So I think we should.
And we told Star's mom that we're gonna help get Star back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we? I know that she was looking for her kid.
Also,
either way, we met that kid's mom, and we know she's looking for a kid. So
right, these kids aren't from
potato.
They're from our plane for the most part, I think.
Dylan, are we technically in the here and there because the kids are here?
No.
Or are we still in Tither?
No, you're in Thither.
Okay.
You were always, whenever asked about where kids go, you were always told they either went to the forest or the here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have another idea.
Yeah.
I would like to take a patch from my cloak of 2 mastiffs and place it on the ground.
Huh?
Okay.
And then have 2 puppies.
Okay. I will say before you do that, just because I don't want you to waste a patch, make an insight check on all of this.
All right, I'll do that. Okay. 14.
14. With everything that you know about, you're thinking about ways to track this, and you're thinking about the very literal sense of tracking it, and you know that magic is erasing memories, magic is erasing its location. You're probably not going to get far with physical tracking.
Got it. I don't know how to magically track. I mean...
Wait, above the table. So we think that we should help the kids right now because of the memory stuff in particular, or what were you saying, Jasmine?
Yeah, I was just saying because, we'll probably forget them again if we walk away and, not try to get to the bottom of it, but it might just be a detour.
Yeah, while we can remember the kids, we should try to help. And also, helping them might involve getting them home, which might help us get home as, a secondary thing.
And they've all... It seems to me like that's, at least an immediate need, since...
Yeah.
It sounds like these monsters are going to keep attacking them.
The brains?
Yeah. Every couple of days. Because it seems like these brains, these intellect devourers, keep growing in the thought patch, wherever that is, and then come to take their ideas or their thought or hurt them. Probably at the behest of this scarecrow who was yelling,
If I only had a brain.
"If I only had a brain."
Question in character.
Right.
Is there like scarecrows are what farming communities use to put in their fields to scare away crows, right? Like is there a field somewhere that this scarecrow might live?
Yeah, well, I mean, from
Was
the
that
memory I
covered?
saw, yes.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's Marty forgetting. That's not
Oh, it's
Golzog.
Marty. Sorry.
Yeah.
You sounded like Golzog to me. I don't know.
No, I
yeah.
asked this Golzog because I forgot.
Okay. We know that it's in a farm somewhere, and we know that there are crows above it. I don't know where that crow. And it sounds like it always moves, as well.
Okay.
So it's a moving location, and that I can't track. Oh wait, there is a place where we can track it. Oh my god. We could go back to our friend. We could follow the Yellow Brick Road back home and ask the gnome.
Not Nestor. Yeah, hang on, I got it. Nib.
Nib. We can ask Nib to track it. Was anyone in the chat yelling that and I missed it? Yeah, that's clearly a magic way to get to locations.
That's a good idea. I don't know how apt will be to help us, but
Yeah, he seemed he seemed excited about this specific Yellow Brick Road, but let's see how excited he is
Did
about
we
making
have-
another one.
Did we have the monarch with us when we met him last time?
No.
Would that maybe change his tune at all?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Only one way to find out, I guess.
No,
But
I
we
mean,
did
and well,
want to,
also,
well, remember, last time we were there, he sucked off Golzog.
yeah, and then I ended up here, but that might not have been him. No, I mean, I guess, did he leave? Did he open that portal?
It was very clearly him. He wrapped you
Great,
around with
cool.
a golden lasso and threw you through a golden portal.
So
Look, forgive me, man.
He'd need to suck someone else off when we were there. And if it's going to a place as dangerous as this potential scare raven,
Mhm.
that's something to consider. That someone might get kind of thrust off somewhere. It might take us a couple of days to get to.
That's one clear way that we can get to this place.
Assuming that'll do it, but I like the idea.
Well, let's do that.
Should we try to bring the kids with us and have Little Oak follow us down the path so we don't lose them or whatnot? Or is that bringing them into harm's way, do we think?
I mean, but they can't be harmed, right?
They can't be harmed, but it seems like maybe that is tied to the memory issue. So, like, if they get harmed and they get, teleported out of that harmful situation, will we forget them in that instant?
Maybe we could take them down the Yellow Brick Road with us, or if we can, we can try to take them down the Yellow Brick Road with us, but stop once we get to Nib, and go fight the Scarecrow by ourselves.
I
And want to leave too. Oh, go ahead.
can I please say some.
Sorry.
I think there are lots of lost creatures, and I want to just advocate for Toto, who is also looking for someone lost, and just because he's not a lost child, I think he deserves someone too. Does everyone remember Toto?
Who's Toto?
You told not a single person about Toto.
Okay, great, cool.
Who's Toto?
What are you talking about?
Who's Toto?
I went
Oh.
to the basement of the Harrigan's lair, and there was a wicker puppy dog who almost killed me, but was waiting for his owner. And
Vaguely remember this. Also, Iris, do you have any thoughts?
Iris is... You look over, and Iris is kind of like sitting, staring, like head in hands, just shaking their head over and over and over again. Oh, sorry, what's that? What? What are you asking
Golzak's
me?
Gonna sit down next to Iris. You okay?
I was born here, Golzak. I was born here, and now I have lapses in my memory that are flooding in of seeing these children all my life I never knew about. I've seen them, and we've talked with them many times over the course of years after living here. Many of these children that are living here are older than me, because in reality, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit, Golzog, because I'm seeing that there's years of my life not spent with them, but just little gaps in your memory that you don't remember, that are just coming right in, and it is not good in here right now, not to mention the fact that no one seems to be at all worrying about these people, and she points at the clear dead bodies of the assassins you have, and you look over and you just see you just see Snowdrop and Copper wearing the robes that they have, just running around yeah, not a single person wants to talk about that, and I am just a little bit
Oh yeah, we should loot those bodies.
and I'm just a
We
little
should
bit,
absolutely loot the bodies.
I'm just a little bit confused as to one, the fact that these children, it's not like they're a lot, but they're like a little formidable army training out here with their treant, who also didn't remember they existed fully, not really. And to be frank, a little confused as to why it all seems like none of you know what you want to do with your lives. And here I am following you all, and I don't know where I'm going, because you don't know where you're going. And so now I'm here remembering things I feel like I shouldn't remember, and not knowing what we're going to do next. And I don't think I should have signed on for this job.
Well, what do you suggest we do then, Iris?
I don't...
Contribute instead of sitting there freaking out.
I don't know, but you were the one who just recently said that you didn't care about any of this. Which is a little bit flippant if you... Yes, you did! You said it! You said it! I heard it!
I don't care what we end up doing. Or I don't care to choose. Because I'm also overwhelmed. Well, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing.
Well, I figured that... I don't know. I'm just so tired. And I am just confused as any of you. So...
Should we go to bed and try to think of it in the morning?
I thought we had kind of landed on something, but I guess not. Out of character.
She brings up a good point of the guys coming for Zara.
Out of character, I would love to examine the bodies, but I am still team check on, not check on, try to at least make it so we don't forget the kids again. If it's not fully do that quest line.
Also, above board as a DM, and this is not Iris, I'm just saying, above board as a DM, none of these goals are on a timeline, really. So
Great.
There's no... I understand that there's a lot going on, that there's a lot of different avenues that you can go down, but it's all really in service of the same goal overall. All of them kind of connect back, so whatever you choose, it's fine. Whatever you decide to do. Things will change, obviously, but there's no should you be doing, is my point. There's no... I'm not expecting you to do anything.
I know I'm not the most empathetic one in the group, but I feel like helping children should be something we prioritize. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's an empathetic thing we should prioritize. What do those words mean?
It means we should help kids.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Who are those people, though, that are after you, Zara?
That is a good question.
Look,
And
I
Gulzog's
don't-
gonna go look at one of the bodies.
I don't know. There's like a cat out there that
Good
hates
luck,
me.
good luck doing that, Gulzog. Guidance.
Make an investigation check while you.
Sure,
keep
but
going.
let them talk. I'll
Yeah,
see.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a cat that hates me. I don't know why. I just whatever. It's a thing that's happened, and I've been ignoring it because they clearly want my attention. And I think the best way to piss them off is to not give them attention.
Right, but they did drop a bunch of darkness on you, and if I didn't dispel the magic, you would have gotten stuck in the darkness. And they also almost did a lot of damage to all of us. So it might be good to look at now.
Maybe, but I also think like they're
What are you
gonna get-
afraid of, Zara?
I'm not afraid of anything. I think they're super annoying, and I don't want to give them any attention.
2 questions, or 2 things. 1, with 16, with the guidance, it's going to be 16.
Mhm.
And then 2, didn't they explode when they died?
Yeah, they
They did
exploded,
explode.
but the robes are there.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and start dinner unless no one wants to eat before bed. And that's
Tone, that would be terrific. And I don't know if there's like if you can have it as an ingredient like calm or sense of purpose, but those would be delicious to eat.
I'm gonna look over my notes. My memory says lavender, but I don't know, so we'll see. We'll see.
I appreciate you.
Iris will
I
just
guess
go,
that you don't want to be bothered by it, Zara, but like it's affecting all of us now. And didn't that cat put us all in the laser tag thing?
What is a
That was-
laser tag?
Oh right, canonically. In the game with the mushrooms and the husband and the wife.
Oh,
Oh, that was fun.
yes.
Look, if you
Right.
want to deal with him, we could go off and deal with him, but like I don't know, seems pretty low on the list of priorities for me.
I
No,
still
not to
think
go
the kids
off
come
and deal
first.
with it. Not go off and deal with it, but like examine it, try to figure out why.
Griselda, what do you think?
Because otherwise it's just gonna
She's
keep-
just staring off into space, like, and she whispers, I know who I am, and I need to go to Yon. She pets Ladybug.
Iris will just go, I mean, alright. Wow. Like, Iris goes, wow. Longscarf really made a shit deal when they said that they would help you deal with all of your problems because they keep piling up, and thought it was going to be good at first, but whatever. First thing, Princess, the dog that lives underneath our hideout, right? It's very sweet that you want to care for them. But they're not lost. At least they never said they are. They're exactly where they want to be. They won't leave.
Well, yeah, we need to find their owner and bring them back. So their owner's lost.
Well, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. It's interesting, and you know, maybe their owner is someone who can help us in the long run get out of here. And for you, the cat, yeah, you do seem to be pissing it off, which is honestly, it's an interesting strategy. Never seen it done before for anyone who's been it. You know I don't like you. It's very ballsy of you to do that. But I think that there is something to be said for the fact that you can ignore them all that you want, but they might still come after you with knives and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, so far I haven't died, so I mean, what is the benefit of chasing after these guys, right? Like, they clearly have some reason, or maybe they don't. Maybe they have absolutely no reason. Maybe they just chose me randomly to be it. Because it seems like this is the game that's been going on here for a really long time. And maybe I'm just it now. And now the cat is fixated on me because I'm it and for no other reason. So in continuing this game, what purpose does it serve? Because then the next person is going to be it. And then what does that do? And then what does that do when he gets another, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like a vicious circle that I can just end by leaving this place eventually. And then guess what? The cat will be the most mad because then I'll be in a completely different, I assume, realm. And the game will never end because I'm it still. And I don't live here.
Okay. I hate to say that it's not the worst idea. I've never heard anyone who wanted to break the game before. Alright. Sorry. Sorry for me being a little bit cross. I was just dealing with the fact that I think that my whole life has been a lie. At least the fact that these children are just here. So you're saying that you want to just let them come to you? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I don't want them to, but I'm not going to go chase after them. That's clearly what they want.
I mean, like, as they come, that's more people we could try to learn about the whole it thing from. Like, that's not necessarily one we should actively pursue. Certainly not as much as children who might get forgotten.
Oh, no, I'm in agreement. We'll deal with these children mostly because I want everyone to remember them so they don't have to deal with what I'm dealing with right now. Or at least they will remember. And maybe it will be a little bit of a smoother transition if this thing is done with. But there's always something to be... But she kind of just turns... There's always something to be said for the fact that that's actually not a bad idea. Because if you know that they're going to come for you, you can always set traps and such. That's actually not... It's not bad. If you know they're coming for you at all times, you can always set up something to capture them, trap them.
Above the table, can I say something again?
Mm-hmm.
If we all want to go to Yon, and if the patch, if this farm patch with where these monsters are coming from keeps bouncing around, maybe we can convince maybe we convince Nibs to land it while the thought patch is in Yon, so we're going there anyway, and we kind of kill 3 birds with 1 stone, and then we're all in the place we want to be. We help the kids. This should be in character. I apologize. We help the kids, and then we still are in Yon, where we can find Proudmane and pursue anything else we want to.
Iris just kind of... Also, hello, Raiders. Welcome on in. It's nice to see you, Guild Superior. Iris just kind of goes... Alright. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, we've only been here a few days. We came here to try to find any kind of allies for my whole thing that we're trying to do too. Lest you forget, you have a deal to uphold with us as well. And now we're just going to completely abandon everything here and go to Yon.
What's our thing with you again? It's been a really long day.
We're just saving her people.
You're supposed to help us get out of here.
It's shadows. Oh, wait. The shadows are for passports to get out?
What?
Oh, God.
We did get passports from the
Mermaid.
From the mermaid already.
Yes. Okay, what are the shadows for, though? We need to find the shadows.
The Harengon don't have shadows.
Yes. And we need to find the shadows for them, because then what can they do?
they then can, you can't pass through the mist without shadows. So
They can
need
move
them.
freely around the Feywild once we find their shadows.
Mhm.
And they're trying to get back to Titter.
Mhm.
Gonna
need
start
to help.
making a to-do list for us.
Yeah.
We need to help them find it.
So yes, you made a deal. Just a reminder, you made a deal with the Harengon. And again, these are all like big goals, but there are ways to get to all of them. The Harengon's deal was essentially a lot of them want to leave this place entirely. They want to leave Prismere entirely, but they came and they were leaving thither because of the war that was going on. They didn't want to be a part of the war anymore. They left. Then they got trapped in hither because their shadows were taken. Most of them. The only one who doesn't have their shadow taken is Iris. That's why Iris is able to travel with you. You were able to get passports from hither to thither, and it was a magical item, which was a scale of the Lady of the Lake. You went here because this is the place that they were from, and they had potential allies. Someone who could help them defeat the youth. You know that the youth is one of the 3 main rulers of each realm. Each realm is in a sad state, and the youth is seemingly very powerful. So your goal was that you were going to help get their shadows back and deal with the youth so that they could leave with them. They would then help you with other things. The things that you want to find they would help you find your lost things, is what they said.
On the map, did we know where their allies might have been?
Yes. You know, because you rolled poorly, that their allies are either that there's potential allies in the sky in the neutral city, which which some of you know about, because they were neutral about the war, but you know information that means that they might be dragged into the war against their will. Also,
Which we passed on to them.
you passed on to them, but you haven't. But you passed on to Pavel, the Tin Soldier, and you also know potentially that their people are from the area where the Queen of Glass is, which is to the north. You're in the south.
Wait, aren't we in the...
You're in the Queen of
top
Hearts.
part?
No, you're in the bottom half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought we were by the treehouse.
No, that treehouse is
The treehouse moves.
Yeah, canonical. It's you. This was down here. If you're on the map, this is where Nib's cave is,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like right around here now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, the golden
Boy,
path.
if you were like, Hannah, I'll give you $1 million. Where are you on this map? I would have been so wrong.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
that is where it stands right now. The stuff with the lost children is all. Yeah, there is clearly some hooks there with other things. And if you wanted to help the lost children, they're here. Yeah. Marty. Marty, you're muted.
I've also still got that 16 on investigating the ropes.
We'll get to that. Jasmine?
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
I mean, I think no matter what, we have to finish whatever business we have here in Tither. Because I think once we go to Yawn,
I
we're
agree.
going to Yawn.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Is Yawn? I mean, is Yawn northwest anyway?
I assume Yawn is a different.
I mean, it's probably not really
mist.
directional.
Yeah,
I
Iris
would have
goes,
to just go through the mist.
Yeah, Iris was like, it's through the mist. There's no real direction in the way
Okay.
where it is. It's more like once you get a passport. That's the other thing. We'd have to get a passport, and I don't really know what the passport is. So even if there is a golden path, that doesn't mean that we can just waltz right on through. Also, to be perfectly frank, I don't know if Nib's paths can even go through mists.
Right.
But this is all new to me.
I think we continue what we're doing here in Tither, and along the way, we'll try to figure out what the passport is to get to Yon.
So we're talking the kids and the Harengon shadows?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like whatever's happening with these kids is, something that might follow us, because, I don't know, seems like something that just appears whenever we think of stuff, and then we can, head over to the Queen of Glass's side and help the Harengon.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Or as great as could be, given the circumstances.
Okay.
Which are crappy.
And I think Trademark is on the way.
Oh yeah, I don't even remember that. I gotta put that on the list. The list is out of character. I don't know why I'm...
Trademark seems to be closest to us. Maybe he could give us...
You sound very quiet.
Sorry. Trademark seems to be closest to us. Maybe we can see if he has any tools that could help us. He designed all those machines anyway.
I
Or
I
maybe
agree.
weapons that could help Iris and the Harengon.
Yeah.
Should we put all of our votes in a little hat? What do we think?
I mean, I said what I wanted to say.
It seems like we're set on helping the kids, so then let's just help the kids.
Yeah, let's just do that. Are you saying that Trademark could help with that goal?
I think it's possible, and I don't know really if Neb's road will go through mist to this place. So can I roll an insight check on whether that would actually work?
Yeah, could I help action him?
Sure. And
For
it would be an Arcana check, I believe.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Help action on the check, if
Sure.
I'm allowed to. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. 25.
25. One, you remember that Nibs kind of already said that he was going to make one new road. And
Okay.
that was a thing that was stated, oh, I have the ability to make one road, where do you want it to go? And specifically, you also remember that when Nibs made the road, you all asked, he said, do you want me to make a road for you that's just something you don't know you need to find?
Mm.
And you all said yes. And so, this is where the road led you, is to this group of kids. As a literal golden path to these children. So even you have no idea, even with a 25, you have no idea how the magic really works. But you have an idea that a new road may not even be able to be made.
Right.
Okay.
I have a above the table question.
Yeah.
Does the road, Dylan, is that there now? If we do, God forbid, forget about the kids,
Mm-hmm.
can we find this road and be like, road, and then find it and then it'll lead us back to the kids? Or is this a one-time use road?
That you do not know. I mean,
Okay.
I will say you don't know much about the worlds. But what you do know is that there is a risk, always, of, now that you know what the kids are, there's a risk of leaving them and not looking at them. There's a risk.
Not finding them,
you
yeah.
might forget them. With a 16 investigation check, though, Marty, as you're looking through these
Yeah.
robes, you like go and you get copper, and you like get the robe off of copper, and the robes are pretty simple, but they do have that swirling pattern on them. You also notice that, like was said, most of their stuff disintegrated. You do see just a card on it. Like on one of them has a card, like a little, almost like a calling card that says for Zara, but there's nothing written on it, just says for Zara.
Hey Zara, I found this card in the robes, and it says it's for you.
I take the card.
The second you take the card, once again a mouth appears.
I rip up the card.
Make roll initiative for that.
Whoa. Wait, does that mean all of us?
No,
No,
definitely just her.
Yeah.
15.
15. With a 17, the mouth like flies up off the card as you rip it, and goes, "Ah, so is that how it's going to be with us? A little silent treatment from you."
Oh. Is there no water? You want
Wait.
water?
I do.
You
Thank
are,
you.
I'll bring
You
her some
are-
water in a jug.
you are infuriating.
I glug as loudly as possible.
I am not someone who is easily annoyed the same way that my fun little followers are. The message is this, there are many games to play. And a game is coming up shortly. So I'll even let you get ready for it.
Thanks for the water. Thanks for the water, Tone. Thank you.
No problem. You okay?
Make an
Yeah,
intimidation
no,
check.
I just
Make an intimidation check.
Golzok's listening to this intently.
12.
12. There's just a moment where the voice stops talking. You will play with me. And you will have fun. Even if I have to kill all of your friends to make it so.
Oh, gross! No! Did you hear what he said?
Sorry guys, I'm just so tired.
Zara, do you consider me a friend?
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
God! Why'd you
Oh.
have to say he's gonna kill me?
Oh no, I don't consider you a friend. At
Well,
all.
that's hurtful.
okay.
But thank
well,
God.
neutral. I feel very neutral about you.
Oh, and how about Griselda and Mirabella are also in
Neutral.
danger. This is terrible.
Neutral.
The mouth has disappeared long as you're doing this.
Golzok's doing that anxious bite your fist thing, just like can't deal. Simply can't.
Wait, could everyone else hear that?
Yeah, it wasn't just you.
Okay.
Everyone could hear
Oh,
it.
okay.
It was all
Okay.
out loud.
Okay.
Like a howler.
Like
I
a howler.
covered, Ladybug's ear. She didn't hear.
Wilhelmina kind of like hangs upside down from a tree branch, like by the legs, just looking at you all like, "Hey, so it seems like you're all tense. But can I just say it's really good to have you here, and I feel like maybe this time we can really kick the bad things' butt if we like really put all of our heads together, you know?"
Oh my god.
I think so too,
Yeah.
Wilhelmina. Which, has Tone been cooking dinner this whole time, or is he still?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I'm rock and rolling.
Because like, here's the thing, right? If we could finally like be remembered or whatever, like who knows what would happen? Because like, there's people out there who might be like, what if I'm like what if I'm like the ruler of an area or something, and like my parents are out there and they're gonna like remember us suddenly, and then help from outside comes, or like the people who have kids here who lost them, what if they are like, oh my god, my kid, and they remember where they are? Or what if there's like whole other kinds of magic that's gonna happen? I don't know. It just seems like it's a really cool idea. But the sad thing is, and don't let this get around because the kids, you know, I'm trying to keep a good line. They're gonna keep coming. You know. But Michael just told me after he was done crying that like
No.
that now that you're back, Tone has like a really cool ability now that I think is gonna like be really helpful.
What?
He's talking about encode thoughts, right? Or
I mean, you're not there.
oh
They're
yeah,
all-
I'm sorry, I'm
you're not
cooking
there.
dinner.
What? What ability?
Well, Michael
He was able to read. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's what Golzog is gonna say. Michael just said that Tone went into his brain, which is crazy.
Will, just shoot it to me straight.
Yeah,
What is the person that we're supposed to defeat for you?
I don't know.
That's like part of the problem.
I've never seen him, but what I do know is that, you know, brains come every day. And Tone can read brains now.
You're a genius! You're a genius! You are a genius!
Like,
Why don't we have dinner, spend the night, and then the next morning someone can have a bright idea?
I already got tons of them, Golzy.
Oh, my god! Princess Griselda's just like running in a circle like, you're a genius, Will! You're a genius!
Yeah.
Golzog slowly pulls out his tree staff and is just like looking around, waiting for danger to happen.
Don't worry, Golzy, we got time.
You don't know that.
But anyway, I just think that, like, if we really figure it out, we can finally do this, and that would be great.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, above the table. Because it's not going to be helpful if we fight brains every day, right? But if we find the source of the brain. Yeah. Okay.
And as we end for tonight, because we have an out, we see Tone, like, making a dinner that will be consumed soon. What are you making, Tone?
Delicious stew with onions and mushrooms and carrots and the other whatever fresh ingredients I have left, like rosemary and sage. And it's a nice hearty warm stew.
As
roll
you
for it?
see all
Are
of
we
the
taking a
kids-
long rest?
I mean, you will, yes.
Yeah, great.
All of the kids gonna like gather around and start having a good time as we fade out for the evening. That way we can get our very own Natasha out on time and before time. Thank you so much, gang, for hanging out here. We're gonna end this evening off. There's a lot of plot threads that I've dangled in front of my players, and we're trying to figure out where to go next. But it seems like the Golden Path has led us to the kids, and we're going to deal with the Forgotten Children for now and see what that leads to, what paths that lead to. There's a lot of threads. I know I'm throwing a lot out there because you all have each individual forgotten thing, and, you know, Marabella has to end the cycle of cards, Zara has to deal with this cat who wants to play a game, you know, Griselda has to figure out why she, you know, doesn't smile and if that's part of her personality or not, and also that, you know, the princess. Tone has to figure out what the hell's going on with that tomato. And also, you know, Golzog has an entire villain that he already knows the name of, but doesn't know what the hell's going on with that. There's a lot going on, and that's just the personal things. So we'll see where it all goes as you all sit down for a night of relaxing meals and fun. Does anyone have anything they want to plug before we get out this evening? Move on.
Yeah, I want to plug my work in progress show next week. I'm building my next hour of comedy. So come and check it out. And 5 off is a discount code you can use. The word 5 off.
All right.
$5 off a tick.
Perfect. Yes.
I'd like to plug the WGA entertainment industry strike. Please support it. You can do that by donating to the entertainment industry relief fund that helps everybody affected by the strike, not just the writers. And also, just because I was watching it today, Danny Jollis is a really hilarious comedian, and you can watch 6 parts and Good Choice. You Choose.
Your
which are
choice.
your choice. No, it's You Choose.
No, you choose. Mhm.
You
You're
Choose
right. I'm
and
sorry.
6 parts. Both of his specials are on YouTube, and You Choose is interactive, which is fun.
It is. He's very, very
Yes,
good.
go Danny.
Thank you so much, everyone. I believe we'll be back next week. If not, or if there's any changes, I'll let you know. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye now.
Bye.